Oh my God. Hello. Oh, thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me. I see a bunch of you are back. Welcome to Live from Lockdown. I'm going to call this 64A after that false start. Oh, what a nightmare. Anyway, before I carry on with that, let me acknowledge where I am. Let's start properly. I want to start by acknowledging that I sit on the traditional territories of the Wendat and Anishinaabeg First Nations, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Mississaugas of the New Credit, as well as the Métis Nation. I am eternally grateful for the hospitality and generous spirit of those peoples whose land this is, whose land this belongs to, to whom this land belongs. There we go. And I would like to offer this next hour or so of music and words in the spirit of justice and reconciliation with those people and with the First Nations right across this country. Thanks. My somewhat nomadic lockdown studio has once again been relocated, as you can probably tell if you're a regular watcher. I'll dub this one Toronto 3.0. I want to say a special thanks to the wonderful hospitality that I've had in this place, in particular the welcome I've had from Devin and Jet and Ren and Tanya, who have been really amazing in this place where I sit. And especially to my sister Ren, who's been madly texting me from nearby, noticing that I've been having tech trouble, and seeing if she can help out. So thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you who commented on the lack of sound, because I would have got a bit into the show before I noticed that. I did sound checks for the last couple of hours and everything was working fine. Of course, everything was working fine until I went live. I'll also say that in this particular location, there's been a construction site next door all week, and I've been quite nervous about it, and they've been quiet all day today until about a half an hour ago when the power washer started up with a very noisy two-stroke engine just outside the window here. So who knows what kind of interference there will be. Anyway, here we are. I'm going to carry on. I see a bunch of you friendly people there. I will say also, despite the nightmare of that adventure, the cause of which I have no idea, this is new. I've had to reset everything up again, and I don't really know how things are sounding and how the mix of the different guitars and instruments and voice is going to be. Comments on the audio and the video are really welcome, as I know you find people will oblige me in sending some suggestions in. So please keep it coming, and hopefully this one will be good, and hopefully the next one will be better. I'm going to have a wee drink. Cheers. Happy Friday. As a result of the power washer next door, all the windows are closed, and I would describe it as sweltering down here. So I'm probably going to get sweatier as the show goes on, but luckily you can't smell me. Off the top, that was a tune of mine called Jack Attack, which is featured on this record, Share the Wealth. You know my speech about Bandcamp. You can check Bandcamp and get this one. That was a special request that I do that tune, and I thought it was a good one to open with. I had played it once or twice before, and you're familiar with it, but I needed something I knew, especially given who knows what kind of headache it was going to be. Almost everything on today's show is a repeat. I apologize for this a lot these days, but life's been pretty mad. I've been moving around. I've slept in 4 or 5 different places in very different parts of the world, in several different cities and areas over the past 3 or 4 weeks, and the practicing time has suffered, and the learning new tunes time has suffered. So I hope you don't mind some repeats. I'm also, over the last week, been negotiating the conflicted and constantly changing landscape of Canadian travel restrictions, and that's been somewhat overwhelming. So here I am, very happy to be here, very happy that you're here with me, and thanks for your patience and your support. As always, if you're watching this show and you've got an income and you're able to support live music, donations are always appreciated. If you're in Canada, you can send me an e-transfer directly to my email address along the bottom of the page here. And if you have a look, go to the notes on the side of the page if you're on Facebook, or down here on YouTube. In either case, click the thing that says Show More, and you'll see all the notes that I refer to in either of those places, including links to my PayPal account. That's really appreciated if you can, and if you want to support somebody else, or if you just can't do it, you know, really, I want you here to enjoy some music with me. So thanks for that. Let me check my tuning, because I bent a few strings there. Whoa, what a day. I really thought I was in good shape until suddenly I was rolling with no sound. I hope you've all found me again. So as I warned you, here's another tune that I have played before. It's an old standard which I played for my mother, Pauline. I think I played it last May 2020. And I think I played it again earlier this year. I don't think I played it on her birthday, but anyway, she's had it a couple of times. She's going to get it again. This tune's called Young at Heart. It's a favorite of my mom's. And it doesn't apply to anybody better than her. And yeah, my mom's heart's been giving her a hard time this week. So I'm a bit worried about her, and this is for her. It's called Young at Heart. Thanks. With a pre-recorded loop because I need some help. Young at heart. For my mom and for all of you, thank you. Man. This is more complicated than I expected. Here's another standard. I didn't do a show last week. If you watch regularly, you may have noted that I posted or reposted a show that I did with my very favorite Scottish singer, Susanna MacDonald, just before I left Scotland for a while to come back here. And I asked Susanna what she might like on this show, and she said my favorite song that she and I do together. Now, that's a hard thing to decide about my favorite song. I'm not sure that I can do that. But there are lots of tunes that we do that I do like. And here's one of them that Susanna does a beautiful job singing and sung on that show. And I'm going to play it in her key. I really love this tune, and I really love a set of chord changes that I found recently that I've been working with a little bit. I played this not so long ago as an instrumental, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to make sure that my setup is okay. Get rid of that. Okay, this is a tune by Cole Porter, and it's kind of poignant, and I hope you like it. Kind of a beautiful ballad, if you ask me. It's called Every Time We Say Goodbye. every time we say goodbye. Thanks for hanging in with that. I think I had to play something kind of calm, just to calm my crazy nerves. I'm going to switch guitars. I'm going to take a moment to remind you, as I always do again, that I'm still here. I'm teaching and recording. You know, things are opening up a little bit. I'm actually meeting the studio clients next week in person, hoping to do some tracks on that record. Maybe with the same people in the same room. Maybe see some students in person sometime soon, and lots still happening on Zoom. So if you're interested in a guitar lesson or a guitar track or anything like that, you hit me up. I'm easy to find. Email and phone along the bottom. Send me a Facebook message. Knock on the window if you can get past the power washer next door. Another thing I've kind of lost track of in my busy relocation to the studio and resetting up and gathering gear, etc., is birthday wishes. And I know a lot of you probably had birthdays in the last couple of weeks that I missed, and I'm sorry about that. As I always say, if you have a birthday, I'm wishing you a happy birthday, even if I don't say it, because even if I don't clock it. There are two I want to note today, in particular. One of them is Lindsay Hutchison. Lindsay Hutchison in Edinburgh had a birthday on Tuesday, I believe, and she might be watching tonight. Are you watching, Lindsay? I haven't been watching the comments, as you know. I don't have time for that. But I want to wish Lindsay a very, very happy birthday. I hope she's having a great week. I know that she's celebrating a special birthday dinner this evening, and I shouldn't say this, but she made a joke about, I think she was hoping to get lucky tonight, so maybe she's busy. Who knows? But happy birthday, Lindsay. The other one's actually not a birthday this week, but hours before the last show I did. So the last show I did live for you fine people was 2 weeks ago tonight. And just hours before I went live, I learned that Steve Moses had a birthday, I think the day before. I think Steve's birthday is July 1st. And Steve's son, Sam Sonite, who's a good friend and an Edinburgh resident, and one of my favorite live streams. Again, check those notes. You'll see Sam's name. He does a show usually on Fridays, I think, these days. Great singer with a million great tunes up his sleeve. Sam's dad, Steve, and Mom Wilda are regular watchers and supporters and requesters. And I want to wish Steve a very belated but very happy birthday. I hope you had a great one. And Sam's suggestion for Steve's birthday dedication was my version of Take 5 by Dave Brubeck. So I'm going to make an attempt to play Take 5. Just for Steve. Happy birthday, man. Sorry it's so late. I wonder if I can do this. That was weird. Take 5 by Dave no, who wrote that? Paul Desmond? Dave Brubeck? Who knows? Popularized by Dave Brubeck's band. Anyway, Steve, happy birthday. Hope that was okay for you. That tune is in the key of E flat minor, which is just about the most nasty key around. I once worked with a musician who shall remain nameless who took the fake book chart for an E flat minor and took whiteout. Remember whiteout when you used to use a typewriter? And erased all the flats and changed it from E flat minor to E minor. And I thought about doing that, as you often hear me talk about changing things into keys that sit nicely on the guitar, but what the heck. Thought I'd try it in the original key. Ooh, sorry about that. That's a tricky tune. Anyway, take 5. I just happened to clock that Louise Bevan logged in, said she found me. Louise and everyone else, I'm sorry you're having a hard time finding me. I had a really rough time off the top. I had video, no sound. I had to restart. I had to repost the link. I'm really happy for you people persevering and finding me. Anyway, maybe Louise is watching. Maybe Louise has her mandolin and is going to join me in this next one. In the key of C. No sharps, no flats. Yet again, a chart from Stuart Seidel, my good friend on the West Coast, who is endlessly encouraging in my attempts to wrestle this instrument into some kind of musicality. Stuart's a very well-read and very patient man, and he's trying to school me in some of the finer aspects of mandolin playing, including something called cross-picking. I'll confess I'm not a very good student. I don't always obey the technical rules very well, and I'm not very disciplined. But Stuart, as a way of illustrating the various approaches to what's called cross-picking, something that I kind of do, but I don't really have a handle on, he sent me not one and not two, but 5 different versions of this next piece of music to demonstrate all those different things. And I read through them all and I tried them, and you're going to get a bit of a bastardized version of them. But I wanted to do it because I want to claim a bit of Canadian content, given this is my first show from Canadian soil in a while. Although I have to confess that after saying that when I was emailing with Stuart, I'm not totally sure it's a Canadian tune. It certainly is a Canadian tune in my mind, and the name that I know it by, Red River Valley, is a very direct homage to the fabulous Red River that flows through the province of Manitoba, Métis country in central Canada, right in the heart of Manitoba. It seems to me this tune exists under various names in various circles, at least around North America, if not beyond. And I don't know the origins of it, but I'm going to call it Red River Valley, and I'm going to say it's Canadian. And I'm going to play it in the key of C. I'm going to try it, and we'll see how it goes. All right. I don't know. I might loop it up. One of the changes, I'm back to this mandolin, and it's electric, which means I can loop it. So I might play it through once and then loop and play along. Anything can happen. I don't know. I'm not very well prepared. Red River Valley. By who knows whom, from who knows where. But thanks, Stuart, for your ongoing encouragement, and for all of you yippers people out there enjoying the mandolin, hopefully enjoying the mandolin, at least supporting my attempts to enjoy it. It's a lovely instrument, and one of these days I'll figure it out. What do I want? A couple more tunes. So here's some more Canadian content. This is actually absolutely Canadian content. Once again, I mentioned that my very favorite Scottish singer, Susanna MacDonald, requested my favorite tunes that we do together. Here's another one of my favorite tunes from our playlist. Here's the problem. She's the singer in that band, and I'm just the guitar player. I generally just play the chords. So it would be a silly thing of me to sing a song that she normally sings, but I'm a silly guy, so I'm going to do that. And Susanna, I hope you'll forgive me. All of you, I hope you'll forgive me. And this is by a couple of fantastic Canadian artists, Molly Johnson and Steve McKinnon, and a tune that I really love. And again, I played it for you once or twice. I'm pretty sure that Susanna and I did it on that show that you can check the link in. So again, if you want to hear how this should go, check out Susanna's version or check out the original by the great Molly Johnson. This is called Diamond in My Hands. Once again, I'm working on the audio setup. I think I've got the guitar voice mix right, but you're going to send me comments, right? You're going to let me know, and I'm going to make some tweaks, and next week it'll be even better. Here we go. Diamond in My Hand.
I've been overwhelmed, I've been made to fade, I've been all alone, I've left beds unmade, I've left things unsaid, I have run and well. I can walk away, or I can dig real deep, I can keep on looking, or I can fall asleep, laid out on my back, staring to the night, where I swear I see signs of life. I would light your torch, I would carry your flame. If you had the chance, would you do the same? All I know is what I have. I've got a diamond in my hand. Be my friend or something else to me. You can lend a hand or just wash out to sea. When I look around, I know what I need. I have found a jewel in this rocky ground, held it in my hands, turned it all around. I stretched out my arms, held them way up high, and I looked to the sky, the dark blue skies. I got nothing here, nothing left to lose. To say anymore would just confuse. All I know is what I have. I've got a diamond in my hand. I would light your torch, I would carry your flame. If you had the chance, would you do the same? All I know is what I have. I got a diamond in my hand. You can take it day by day, save your soul any old way. Can you hear me say your name? Quick now, I think I'm falling. I'm falling. got your torch, I could carry your flame. If you had the chance, would you do the same? All I know is what I have. I got a diamond in my hand. All I know is what I have. I got a diamond in my hand.
Diamond in My Hand, Molly Johnson's Diamond in My Hand, written by Molly and her colleague Steve McKinnon. Thanks for listening to that. Almost there. Oh man, what a day it's been. I still have a message for love. I still have a message of love for you. I'm going to play one more tune that you've heard before, but hopefully you like, and we're going to call it a day. You know, I'm not really sure about the schedule going forward through the summertime. There's a few things going on, as you can tell. I'm planning to be here every week. Stay tuned to Facebook. I'll be posting, and I'll be letting you know if I need to take a week off, which might happen now and then. But, you know, I so appreciate all you fabulous people who tune in and keep listening. I've been getting lots of lovely messages over the last couple of weeks from people checking in about how the relocation's going, and you know, it means more to me than you know. So thank you. I want to pick up on a theme I've been talking about because it's pretty hard to ignore, again, for a Canadian, which is that yet again this week we discovered more unmarked graves outside yet another residential school, again in British Columbia. It happens almost every week recently, and from the first time it happened, I've been saying there's going to be more, it's going to happen again and again, and it sure does. As well as acknowledging the pain and the grief which these discoveries must reignite for the people of the First Nations, who already live with the burden of the legacy of residential prison camps, I call them. As well as that, it makes me focus on reality right here in the province of Ontario in Canada, and a government policy that I think needs to change. And that's, while it may seem disconnected, is about the structure of the public education system here in Ontario. We have a fairly ridiculous public education system here in Ontario, based on a kind of a deal with the devil which was struck in the late 19th century, right here in Toronto. I did a bit of research on this one when I was doing an undergraduate degree in education, something I have way back in my past. In Ontario, we spend public money supporting two separate education systems, and it's preposterous. We have a public system that everybody can go to, just like everywhere in the world should have. And we also spend our public money supporting a separate Roman Catholic school system. And I just want to say that, in my opinion, I've said this for a long time, but I think it's time to be saying this out loud and actually be doing something about it. It's absolutely stupid to waste public money on a bifurcated system like that. And it's completely inappropriate to use public money to fund a religious school system in this day and age. And of course, that reality leads to every other religious group, whether they're well-established and well-meaning, or they're quack groups, or somewhere in between, or some combination, as with most of them. They all demand their own funding because the Roman Catholics get theirs, and why shouldn't they be asking for that? You know, while the Roman Catholics claim their right to a Catholic education. I don't want to pick on Roman Catholics. I don't want to pick on any particular religious group. I fully support people having your own beliefs and following your own beliefs, but public money should not be supporting a school system for one particular religious group or another. It's totally untenable. And if that wasn't reason enough to end public funding for the Roman Catholic school system, then the wholesale lack of accountability on the part of the Roman Catholic Church, and for the most part other churches, but particularly right now the Roman Catholic Church, the complete lack of accountability, complete denial of responsibility for the legacy of evil which they left through residential schools, has got to end. The Roman Catholic Church continues to defend its actions, to deny culpability, and even try to justify their intentions in that system, which was fully and completely designed to rip children from First Nations communities and turn them into white people, to rip their culture apart and out of them. I'm not avoiding blame on the other churches and on the governments for their very significant roles in those systems, but right now we have to acknowledge that the Roman Catholic Church was arguably the biggest player in that system, and for them to continue to get preferential treatment in the way education is funded in Ontario is absolutely outrageous. It's time to end public funding for any and all religious schools in Ontario, and indeed anywhere. And I'm telling you that because I love you, and I love this place, and I love the people of this land, and I think we need to start being more responsible. And there you go. There's my message for today. Thanks for putting up with my rants. I'm going to play one more tune. And I said I've played this before. I know this tune. I haven't really thought about how I'm going to construct a loop, but I'm going to construct a loop, and I'm going to play out on it. And we'll see how it goes. You know, it's going to take me a minute. If you want to refill your drink, now's the time. I want to send this out to another very good friend here in Toronto who's been a wonderful support to me over the last number of months, sending me messages almost every week after she watches my show and checking in on how things are going. And I'm really hoping to see her in person really soon. Her name is Vicky Sanders. And Vicky, I know you often listen on YouTube later on, but I hope you catch this and I hope you like this. Vicky's a big Leonard Cohen fan, and I'm going to play Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. I'm going to loop that up somehow or other. I think maybe I will start this way. Yeah, it'll take me a second. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your patience with the technical headaches. I'll try to sort out what went on. If you got comments about the set or the video or the audio or the mix, anything like that, please let me know. You know, just because I know how it sounds in here, I don't really know how it sounds out there. And I need all the help I can get. Thank you very much. Here's Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. Thank you very, very much for joining me again. Thank you especially for your patience with the technical challenges. I miss you. I love you. I will see you soon.